your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. This week, I'd like for us to look at taking things personally. Now, it's really easy in today's society, which is an ego-based society. It's very easy for us to take great offense when someone does something in our life that we don't agree with. Now, let's just say that you're at a family gathering and you make a comment and someone at the family gathering says, "Oh, I just can't believe that you said that," and totally goes off, maybe for 5 or 10 minutes, and then they leave and you are shocked. You're going, what is going on? And what happened is when you said that comment or whatever it is that you said, and the other person took great offense to it and then went off, they took the statement that you said personally. Now, when this happens, when we take something personally, and regardless if it's a headline that we see, if it's a story in a newspaper or a magazine, or a comment that we overhear in the grocery store or the coffee house, or a comment from a close friend or relative, when we hear something or read something that triggers something in us that we choose to take personally, that is the ultimate act of being selfish, because you're thinking that absolutely everything in this world and in your realm is about you. Now, the only person that you're responsible for is yourself, and the only reality that you know is your own. Now, anything that you do, anything that you say is because of your upbringing and your morals and your values and how you choose to perceive each and every situation that you're in. Now, this concept of not taking things personally is one that I started to learn years ago from Don Miguel Ruiz's The Four Agreements, and that book changed my life. And it's one of those things that when you try to put this into practice, when you try to remove yourself from others' comments, at first it's a little bit challenging, but when you allow yourself to really remember that the only thing that I'm in control of is my own life and how I choose to perceive it. So when someone else has a comment or concern or story or something else that we take offense to and we take personally, I challenge you this week to stop and ask yourself, why am I choosing to get my buttons pushed by this particular person or by this particular topic? Now, many times we have expectations of people based on their role. Like if it's a mother, a father, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, a nephew, a teacher, a student. All of us play these certain roles in our life, and with these certain roles come expectations. Now, I have many other videos that talk about living life without expectation. But what happens is when we live our lives with these expectations and in living these roles, and someone doesn't meet that expectation or doesn't meet that role, it's easy as well to take that personally and say, well, why aren't they doing this? And why aren't they doing that? Don't they know their role in my life? You know, whether it's mother or father or aunt or uncle or whatever, if you allow yourself to go outside of that role, go outside of the roles that society has laid on us, such as daughter, mother, wife, or aunt or uncle or whatever, if we allow ourselves to remove that role from our lives and look at each person as a spirit and as a soul and start to live without expectation, it's really easy, and that makes it a lot more feasible to not take things personally. Because if you think everything that anybody does is because of their own reality and their own perception of reality, why would you take something that they've said personally? Because you know that you're only acting as a trigger to them if they say something that's directed towards you, okay? And also, if you take something personally, in my opinion, you're devaluing what that person has said. Because, so let's just say that I say that I hate rice, and someone who is a rice grower totally takes offense to this. Well, I can't believe that you hate rice. Have you tried all the varieties? You know, there's about 400 different varieties of rice. And they start to take extreme offense to it, and they just start pounding and just going, oh, you know, whatever. And if we miscommunicate to each other, and I take what they've said personally and they take what I've said personally, we miss the value of what that person has said. And so maybe if that person said was, oh, I'm sorry that you don't like rice. Did you know that there's over 400 types of rices? Have you tried them all, or do you just not like rice in general? And learn to ask questions and learn to communicate more openly about what has triggered you from the other person. So this week I challenge you to notice and pay attention to those people and those conversations and those headlines that trigger your taking things personally, okay? So, and then when you notice that you're taking something personally, ask yourself, do you have a preconceived expectation about that situation or about that magazine or newspaper or website or person that you are choosing to kind of put that person in a box, and you've already expected what that person may or may not say? And then also notice those things that may trigger you to take personal offense to something. Ask yourself, am I choosing to see the value in what it is that they have to say? Because each person's opinion is invaluable. Because each person's reality is invaluable and is worth something to that person and should be worth listening to. So this week I challenge you to remove the expectations, remove the roles that you play in your life, and try to see the value in each and every situation, and pay attention and notice to when someone triggers your viewpoint of, well, I can't believe that they did that to me, and you allowing yourself to take it personally, and also become aware of when you act as that trigger for someone else and they take something that you've said personally. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. If you've really loved it, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss one single episode of Fearless Friday. Then head on over to my website that's listed below and get your free Fearlessly Inspired e-kit and newsletters in your inbox every week. Until next time, have a good week. Bye-bye.